Alrighty, hi collective. So today's reading is going to be for those of you who feel like your faith is being tested these last couple of days. Every tarot reader that you click on just keeps saying that divine timing, patience, waiting for this, waiting for that, waiting for this, and you just feel like, how much more waiting am I going to need to do? So let me just light this to call in spirit to oversee today's reading. And I'm already getting that, you guys, your strength, you feel like I feel like you guys have been extra tired lately. Just of like everybody's bullshit, just tired of people in general. Like you've been in hermit mode, you've just been isolating, you're waiting for your blessings to come, and you just feel like, are they gonna ever come? You're feeling lost, you're feeling tired, just like tired of everybody's bullshit right now. Like you don't know, like you're losing faith. Not to say that you're like completely out of your faith, but you're just like, will it happen for me? Because you've seen so many people with their manifestation stories and blind faith that you just decided to take your leap, and you're just like, okay, but like, when will it be my turn? And Spirit's saying that like right now you're being held, like you're not getting your manifestations right now because there's something that's blocking you. And I don't know like what else to say to you, because I definitely feel the impatience. I feel like there's just been random shit that's just been happening. Some of you guys could just like have a bunch of stuff falling around you. You're dropping a bunch of stuff, or you're just like experiencing a lot of clumsiness is what I'm getting. So let's see what's going on with you guys. Spirit, what is going on with my collective? What is it that they need to hear? What is it that they need to hear? Right, so there might be tension going on. Let's see, let's just put these down. Okay, so you guys are experiencing a lot of worry, fear, depression, anxiety, hopelessness. You're really feeling as if like you're not going to get your happy ending. And this transition that you're going through, this stage that you're leaving behind, it feels painful. Like it literally feels painful is what I'm getting. Like you're feeling so many symptoms. You're feeling tired. You're feeling like you don't want to get up. You just don't want to get out of bed. You're feeling like that depression and anxiety heavy. And Spirit's saying that right now is the time for you to ground your energy very much, because I know you keep on hearing that it's coming. But the thing is, when we surrender, the timing is when we let go of that depression and anxiety, because we think it should happen now. And a lot of the times, like, Spirit just wants us to build up that strength is what, like, I'm getting again. Like, so when you guys are meditating, just visualize a lion in your meditation and pull the strength of that animal. Because right now you're feeling like you don't know if it's gonna happen for you. And Spirit's saying that they don't want you to like allow yourself to let this painful ending be more than what it is, an ending, right? So don't wallow in it. You need to be strong enough. You need to have that strength, that courage to know that, you know what, at the end of the day, things are going to work out for me. Because if you befriend your cycles changing, or like you going through these transitions, because this won't be the last transition that you're going through, it becomes a lot easier. So it's really just about your mindset right now. And you're actually doing a lot better than you think you are. So Spirit's saying that you're focused on like what you think should happen. And that is why you're feeling that way. So you really do need a different perspective, because we have the Hangman. And it's really just you surrendering and letting go of what you think should happen, or when you think it should happen, because it's going to happen for you. You wouldn't have come so far if it wasn't going to happen for you. And I know you guys are just like tired. You're like, okay, like everybody's saying that it's happening, but like I don't see anything. But you have to realize that things move differently when you're working in the spiritual realm versus when you're working in the 3D. There's things that still need to be put in place for you. So it's like, if God is getting stuff prepared for you and you're just getting impatient, you're ready to give up, that's usually around the time when things come into fruition, come into the 3D realm. But like right now, it's really just about your mindset. So what can you do to distract yourself? What can you do to entertain yourself at this time, and not being attached to the outcome? Because when we're attached to the outcome is when we start to experience, you know, the 9 of Swords, which is anxiety, worry, depression, just a feeling of hopelessness. And Spirit is saying that this feeling is not for you to stay in it. Okay, it's for you to allow whatever is coming up to go and pass, and not to just dwell on the feelings of, oh my god, like this is too much, I can't handle it. You wouldn't be given it if you couldn't handle it, is what Spirit is saying. Okay, and some of you guys are getting distracted with what's going on in your 3D realm, and Spirit is saying that these distractions are like, they're just distractions. Like, do not lower your frequency for anybody. Do not get in the don't let nobody pull you off that path, because a lot of people can see that your life like is just one big blessing. Like, God is just, he has his hand over you, and they get jealous, so they try to put you in situations that pull you out of character, and that's not what you're meant to be doing right now. You're meant to be focusing on progression, and it's really just one step at a time, is what God is saying. Like, you really just need to take it one step at a time, and then like when you do something towards your goals, like what else can you do for yourself in the day, instead of sitting around waiting for your tree to grow? What can you do to distract yourself? Because a lot of you guys are really just sitting around waiting for it to go. A watch pot never boils. A watch pot never boils is what I keep hearing. And that's why you're feeling anxiety. It's not because it's not here yet. It's because you're watching it and you're expecting it to go at the pace that you expect it to go at. And that's not how things work. And that's why I definitely get like a divine timing can be very exhausting. It can be very overwhelming. And your spirit team is just saying like, call on them for a hug. Call on them for support. Some of you guys just really need a hobby, a life, is what your angels are saying. Like, I didn't say it. Your angels are saying you really need a life. Like, it's because you don't have a life. Because if you were busy with other things, like not just like focusing on how fast you want your manifestations to go, you wouldn't be feeling this despair, this anxiety, this like inner turmoil, and it's all in the mental. And it's really just about you freeing your mind from that and completely just surrendering and letting go to spirit and allowing spirit to really just make that shit work for you. But it's, you're attached to the outcome. So really just ask yourself, why do you want this manifestation so bad? What would it feel, what would it complete in you? Because we always have to remember that our manifestations aren't going to complete us. Yes, it would be nice to have it, but you need to be whole as you are right now. So if you're feeling like you're not whole as you are right now, then chances are that you're really just hoping that this thing that comes into your life is going to change your life for the better. And how many times do you find yourself in a situation where it's like you're hoping for a manifestation to change your life for the better, but you still feel that emptiness inside? So maybe there's something that's coming up in your 3D that somebody might be mirroring to you guys, is what I'm getting. That is for you to look at. It's not for you to just dismiss it or try to ignore your feelings and focus on your seeds that aren't growing, or that you perceive that aren't growing. It's for you to really just take it in and see, what did I need to learn? What was this chapter really about before the door can fully close? And really just accepting that, because a lot of the times, like, what I'm getting is that we tend to point the finger at people and be like, you know what, this person's a bad person, that person's a bad person, but we're not truly mad at what they did. We're mad at how it made us feel, right? And that feeling comes from feelings in our childhood that really just reflect back to us how we feel about ourselves internally. So if somebody made you feel like you weren't important, it's because the reason why that affected you so deeply is because you make yourself feel like you're not important. So it's really just about you being honest with yourself and saying, what ways do I neglect myself? Maybe that's self-care. Maybe that's, I don't know, you guys know what it is, but it's just like they're mirroring back to you how you feel about yourself. So if it's not good feelings, then there's something there that you need to dig deeper into, instead of just looking at them as like separate from you, because we're all one, you know, like we're all mirrors, we mirror each other. So it's really just how you feel about yourself. And some of you guys, I'm getting that you need to surrender the need to always be right, is what Spirit is saying. Like, some of you guys really just, you need to surrender the need to always be right. And that is why you are exhausted, because you're trying to fight everybody's battles when you're barely fighting your own. Spirit is saying that you can't win every battle, and to surrender, I have water on my desk, sorry guys. And to surrender really means that, like, you're not going to lower your frequency for anybody. And Spirit needs to know that you're really truly about that, because, you know, some of you guys, that ego is really strong, you know. So it's like somebody says something to you, you immediately want to just like, you want to go at it, because the Five of Wands, competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreement. So like, this is you guys. Like, if somebody says something that upsets you, you're like, what? I thought a bitch said something. And Spirit is saying that this is not the world that we want for you. We want you to really surrender the need to always be right, or to engage in bullshit, because that's only going to make you lower your frequency to meet them where they're at. And we're trying to elevate you into places that this person is not even allowed to go to. And you have to really look at your life like that. Like, you are being blessed with peace, but you have to also choose peace. So if you're still engaging in bullshit, then you're telling the universe, okay, I'm ready for this, but you're engaging in distractions. You're engaging in other people's bullshit, gossiping, listening to other people's gossip. Like, that's all distractions from yourself. So what is it in yourself that you're running from? Are you running from your own emotions? Are you running from your own feelings of feeling empty? You're not worthy enough for these manifestations, right? Because we can tell ourselves that we feel worthy of it, but if subconsciously we don't, spirit knows that. So what is it that you need to be honest with yourself about, is what I'm getting from the tarot cards. Some of you guys, I'm going to pull from my inner child deck, just to see like what kind of things we can do right now to really just focus on joy. Because what do you have in your life right now that you can focus on instead of sitting around waiting for your manifestations to come? And at the bottom of the deck, we have Page of Pentacles. So manifestation, financial opportunity, skills, development, ambition, desire. So it's coming. It's coming, and I really want you guys to actually see in what ways, like, take note of your reality. In what ways do you feel the shift coming? Because it could be internal. Maybe you're noticing certain things about yourself that you didn't know before. Maybe you're noticing that, okay, like, maybe I may not have the finances, but I have the schedule that I always wanted for my life. It's easier. I can celebrate that. What can you focus on that's good? Because that's really how you continue to feed that energy. But if you're feeding the energy of, like, you know what, like, it's not fully here yet, I don't see nothing happening for my life, then you're going to continue to see that energy, because we're always constantly manifesting, regardless if we want to, if we're being conscious about it, or if we're not being conscious about it, whether or not it's good or it's bad. So it's up to you to choose which way you want to focus. If you want to focus on the things that are good, or you want to focus on the things that are not here. So that is what Spirit has for you guys to say today. Let's see what your inner child needs, because our joy is linked to our inner child, and sometimes we really just need to sit down because we be worried about the wrong things, and it's always when we let go is when it comes in. And I know it's easier said than done. I know divine timing can be a bitch. Okay, I know that. Let's cleanse this deck, Spirit. I know that divine timing can be sometimes a bitch to wait for. Like, I'm just keeping it real. Like, it could be so aggravating to have to wait on that. But it's just like, what we really need is a life. Like, I'm speaking to you and I'm speaking to me. Like, gaining that life, making your own life. Because if you're sitting around waiting for it, it's going to be like, time moves so slow when you're waiting on something. Time moves fast when you're not paying attention to it. That's really how life works. All right, let's see. Spirit, my collective. What does their inner child have to say? Okay, I'm going to pull this card too. Any other messages? No, and there was a card that fell on. Okay. So the card that fell out immediately on the ground, which I'm going to read first, it says, let it go. Let go of all that no longer serves you. So for this collective, it's really just letting go of always, like, your warrior is always up. Like, you're always ready on go to protect and defend yourself to the death. But just think about how much energy that takes. It's you choosing peace is you choosing your own happiness and your own energy over everything else. It's really just that simple. Like, when you choose to not engage in other people's bullshit and say, you know what, my peace is over everything than being right or trying to prove myself to anybody, that's when that ease comes into your life. And also, I'm being guided to say that, guys, like, not every day is going to be the day that, like, you wake up and you're just like, oh my god, peaches and cream. So on the days when you feel lesser energy, what can you do for yourself to make yourself feel better? Because it's really just a choice. Because if we decide that, you know what, I just woke up feeling terrible, so it's going to be a terrible day, then it's going to be a terrible day. So if you decide that, you know, I may have woke up feeling terrible today, but I'm going to do a lot of self-care for myself, because I know that maybe my energy being low means that I need more time with myself, or I need to be loving on me more. And this one says, accept what it is. The acceptance will bring peace. The act of acceptance will bring peace. That's beautiful. So Your inner child needs you to let go and accept what it is. Let's read those cards. So number 23. So changes are coming in your life. So you're going through a major change right now. And that's probably why you feel so tired. Let's see. Let it go. It is in our nature as humans to hold tightly to what is familiar. Knowing the weight and meaning and measure of what we carry can bring us a great sense of comfort. Oftentimes the known seems to be the wiser choice compared to the unknown. It is important to be aware that just as a tree shapes itself around a known obstacle that has forced it to take a new path, these things we hold tightly to can also change the course of our destiny. If you have pulled this card, then it might be time to reflect on what you need to release. So here's a self-care exercise. Ask yourself if there's something keeping you back or forcing you to grow in a direction that might not be for your benefit. There can be many things that we hold on to for too long, such as the past, an ideal, a dream, or a painful memory. Even if we have grafted these aspects into our being, it is now time to let go of all that no longer serves you. Free the pent-up energy inside of you and imagine it leaving your body. As you inhale and exhale deeply, forgive disappointments and pains and do not allow bitterness in. Let go of control and allow what needs to die, so that you may blossom again once more. So some of you guys are still holding on to some of the pain that you felt when people did you wrong. And Spirit is saying that you really do need to let this go, because if you can't let it go, you're going to just build the same house. Like if you carry the bricks from the past, you're going to build the same house with it. You already know where that leads to. So to truly let go is not for the person, it's for you. Like those things store into our body. Like anytime we have any type of resentment, any type of anger towards somebody, that's all inside of your own body. Your body remembers. So it's really just you asking yourself, like, am I worth it? And you're always worth it. So choose to let go. Choose to let go is what I'm hearing. Here's a journaling prompt. So you can really ask your inner child these questions that I'm about to read to you, okay? How does it feel in your body to let go of what is no longer needed? Do you feel lighter when you think about letting go? How does your inner child feel when you think about letting go? So what I'm getting is some of you guys, you really had to, you didn't get that chance when you were a kid, like to be fully yourself or to be fully accepted for who you are. So now in your adult life, whenever somebody triggers this almost like you are not worthy feeling inside of you, it is just like you feel the need to just like defend yourself to the earth, or like prove them wrong, to say, you know what, I'm not like that, you got me wrong, because you've always felt misunderstood as a kid. So no one accepted you for who you were as a kid. So you kind of learned to not do that yourself now. And so when somebody mirrors that back to you, that they don't accept you, it's really just you being afraid to really just see that you're not accepting yourself for who you are. There's always things for you to fix. You're always on this journey of like evolving and trying to learn something new about yourself, instead of just accepting yourself for who you are right now. Like you might be trying to change, for example, a personality trait about yourself. Like when you enter a room, you want to be confident. So you're like, you greet everybody in the room, but truly that is not you, right? You are silently confident, but you want to be loudly confident because that's who you think you should be. But Spirit is saying that we accept you for who you are. You have to accept you for who you are. Otherwise, no one else will. And when that person doesn't accept you for who you are, if you accept you for who you are, then that would not trigger you. So that's why it's like everything is a mirror. People mirror back to you how you feel about yourself. And if you're triggered by it, it's because on some subconscious level you believe it, and they're bringing that up, and you're not ready to face that. So yes, number 2. Let's see. Accept what is. Acceptance of what is, without the veil of judgment, can help us find peace in the uncertainties of this life. If you have pulled this card, it might be time to practice this acceptance regarding a certain aspect of your life, either for your inner child or for something that is occurring in your present moments. For both, the practice of acceptance will be the same. Okay. Acceptance exercise. Try to observe a painful or undesired aspect of your life without judgment. Non-judgment is the practice of suspending all beliefs and criticisms about how you or others should act, behave, or exist in the world. If judgmental thoughts or words encroach on your practice, allow them to gently fade away as you hold on to a mindset of non-judgment. So one thing I want to say before I finish this is, when we judge other people, we are really judging ourselves. So that's why it's very important for us to just allow what comes up when we're speaking to our inner child and not judge ourselves, because if we also do that, it doesn't allow our inner child to feel safe with us. It's like, okay, well, I tried to tell you this, and now you making me feel like I'm a weirdo, and now you making me feel like that's unsafe to say, and that doesn't allow you to actually deal with the problem or alchemize the issue. Okay, so once you reach a place of acceptance regarding what it is or what has happened, practice sending love to yourself in this space. Even if it feels a little forced, tell yourself and your inner child that that you love yourself where you are. So some of you guys, it's really important for you to accept where you are on your journey instead of constantly looking to the future for more, thinking that you're going to be fulfilled there. It's going to be like you on a hamster wheel. Like, you're always going to be trying to be fulfilled, trying to be fulfilled, trying to be fulfilled, and then that becomes your personality trait. Like, that literally becomes you. I'm a person that's always chasing enlightenment, when you can be enlightened in this moment right now by just accepting yourself for where you are and how far you've come. It's almost like, for me, like, I was in the gym for months and months and months and months, and I found myself, I had to catch myself, because I was like, I'm looking at myself, I'm like, well, we still have more to go. And it's just like, but think about how far you've come. If you think about that in that mindset, then you're going to always need to go tone your body, do this to your body, do this to your body. It's going to always be a loop. You're going to be on this hamster wheel of, oh my God, I can never be satisfied. It's almost like, you know, like when you're eating, if you're full, just stop eating. If you continue to eat, then that's also like, it's like a psychological thing that I had watched in a video before. They said if you continue to eat when you're full, that is you signaling to your brain that you can never be satisfied. So learning to be okay with where you are right now, accepting yourself for where you are right now. Tell yourself and your inner child that you love yourself where you are and as you are. Tell yourself that nothing has to change for you to be worthy of your love for yourself. Yes, I love that. The love that you give yourself should not be earned. It should not be given to you because you checked a bunch of things off your to-do list or you've accomplished certain things in your life. You are whole just as you are right now. Before these manifestations come into your life, you're already whole. Responsive journaling prompt. Is there anything that you believe you or another deserve judgment for? So, are you judging someone or yourself right now? If so, how might this belief be hindering you at this moment? I think definitely, like, I'm going to do these journaling prompts too, because I think that last one, accept things for what it is, your girl needs that too. Let me pull out some last final messages from, I'm going to pull mindful cards for you guys, mindful messages. And I'm going to pull messages from your future higher self as well. So, let's see, a mindful message for my collective spirit. A mindful message for my collective. What do they need to hear at this time? And a future higher self message as well. All right, let's see. Recharge. Invite magic into your life always. Every day I grow my connection to this earth. If I am feeling low, I simply step outside and appreciate the natural miracles in this life. Being in nature lifts my spirit and recharges my energy. So some of you guys are being called to recharge in nature right now. Really ground your energy and get out of your head. Okay. Any other messages for my collective spirit? Ooh, okay. Any other messages for my collective? Any other messages for my collective? Any other messages? Just that one. Let's see. Gratitude. I acknowledge all the little things I'm grateful for. No matter what I have going on, I always have things to be thankful for. Whenever I'm feeling upset, I can fill up a page with the things I appreciate. This begins to shift my mood and focus onto that which brings me joy. So some of you guys need to be practicing gratitude right now and really just focus on the things that you do have in your life instead of the things that you don't have. Is what I'm hearing and getting from that message. So let's see what your higher self has to say to you. Any messages? Future higher self. From a collective. Okay. Ooh. Okay, a lot just popped out. We're not going to be doing that. Ooh, okay. Any other messages? Any other messages? Any other messages? Alrighty, let's see. So Your future higher self. As you connect to spirit, you draw closer to your higher self. Though some of you guys are maybe like you've strayed from your practice of meditation or really just looking within for answers. You always have to remember that you have the inner guidance. Okay, your higher self is always leading you. Sometimes it might not be what you want to hear, but they're always guiding you. Okay, and it all goes when you connect to your heart center. Your higher self lives here. You pull the strings that control your own life. So stop thinking, like, even when I come on here and I talk to you guys about divine timing can be as quick as next week. It could be as quick as 2 years, but it's how you allow the change to flow through you. So if there's resistance, or if you're not ready to face certain parts of yourself, then that simply just is what's blocking you. But we have to be open to seeing our blockages, right? So even if you feel like you really don't know, after watching this video, look up subliminals to help you see the blockages that are going in your life right now. So you could just search up subliminals for subconscious blockages, whatever, however you want to phrase it, and look it up and just sleep with those and allow yourself to see it. Hypnosis, whatever you got to do to figure out what's going on in your life if you can't consciously face the fact. Because a lot of the times the ego tries to keep us safe, so we think that we are always in the right and the other person's always in the wrong. But when we really just stop, surrender, and be honest with ourselves, that's when we can really just process whatever pain trigger this is coming up from childhood. Okay, and learning to accept things for what they are, because we can't change those things, right? Everyone you meet is another part of you that wants to be loved. So how do you relate to this person that you might be experiencing conflict with? Ask yourself these questions. Okay, let's see. You have many layers of truth to discover. So some of you guys may think that you know it all. And Spirit is saying that you just scratching the surface. It's just now beginning. Okay, there's so much more for you to learn, but be patient with yourself and stop thinking that you know everything and you're just ready to move to the end. Enjoy the moment. Take in the lessons. Okay, everything you want is on the other side of the unknown. So some of you guys who are very comfortable in your comfort zone, Spirit is saying that the only way for you to grow is when you allow yourself to be in that uncomfortable change, not knowing where you're going or knowing where you're headed, but to simply trust in your higher self and your higher guidance. Okay, let's see. When you start, the path appears, so take a step in any direction. So for some of you guys, like, you're multi-talented is what I'm getting, and it doesn't matter which direction you go, Spirit, it will back you. So you don't have to worry about making the wrong decision. And even if you feel like a decision doesn't resonate with you as you're on that path, you can simply pivot and Spirit will still catch you. Okay, just talk to your guides, talk to your higher self, and connect in meditation. Ask yourself the questions and they will appear. Okay, so those are the messages for today, guys. I know you're feeling low, but just focus on gratitude, ground yourself, and be thankful for the things that you already have. Okay, I love you guys. Have a good day.